Which one of his cousins?
Well, you should be the one that could introduce me to Beckett. I'm quite sure you know.
I don't know that one.
Yes, his cousin is Dennis Ambrose.
Ah.
The same year he met my sister, Roslyn Baptiste.
Was that his way of trying to weave his way into the family? Yeah. It worked.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, actually it was. It was Beckett who came to my office, and there was glass all around the office where I was seated, and with Dennis, and Dennis asked, "Who is the young lady sitting in my office?"
Ah, yeah. I see. There you go. There you go. That were those magical days when you look back now.
Oh yes, so yes, that was the time when Ambrose was doing a lot of work in the industry in Trinidad, working with the various tents, because he was also advisor and record distributor for Beckett in Trinidad. So he got to know all the people in the various big tents in Trinidad, and there were a number of Vincentians who he made links with and supported in the bid to get an opportunity to be singing in the big tents in Trinidad.
You've been a culture woman. In fact, you've been labeled Mama Culture. You didn't just get that name out of nowhere, did you? I mean, you've been so involved. Tell us about some of the things you've been involved in culturally.
First of all, as I told you, my mom introduced us to music. And we used to actually have concerts at home on Sunday evenings. If it wasn't matinee Sunday, our cousin Elroy and the other cousin Dolores used to play the piano. They were classically trained musicians, and Dolores played more hymns than Elroy. And so we used to have concerts at home in the back patio on a Sunday evening.
And Queen Contestant.
Queen Contestant. We had Queen shows at home as well. In those days, can was the big thing.
Dress.
So we would pull our cousin's can right up to our throat to make for the evening gown. So, and going to concerts with our mom, taking us to concerts, and then going to carnival shows. And my mom even said that when I was a little girl, Katie Daisy remembers the story.
Don't touch it.
I wouldn't touch it, say what it was. But they took me to see the limbo because I was so interested. I wanted to see the limbo from Trinidad. And of course, I missed it. I fell asleep. But we were always there. And my mom is an avid collector of photographs. So we have a library of carnival photographs from the early 1950s, throughout the whole 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And then when I came back from university, I became involved. Doc loved being in the tents. And our cousins used to play with, one would play with Bridge Boys and Samo. So we got the opportunity to stick feathers and sequins and swans down.
That's when you couldn't buy sequin cloth, so you had to
stick
the sequins down one by one with glue, and your fingers feel like the tips of your fingers taking off your fingerprints. And she also got a chance to work with Bad Lads and Lasses, used to be around there a lot.
That's another legendary band.
Avis, yes.
Shaggy, with Avis,
Shaggy.
And
used to play with them in high school too.
She used to play with them. And I got the opportunity to work on stage as MC for several of the Queen shows, Dimage Gras and Miss Caravan. And then when SVG TV did their first live broadcast, outside broadcast of SVG television, I had the honor of working on that night. So the first voice people heard in St. Vincent live on TV. That was a great honor. It was a lovely time.
Those were the days. Vincentians will remember you from your days as well, doing SVG TV evening news.
Yes.
And I always wondered, how did that get started?
That was started because the station had a bit of a problem. It was December 1982, I think it was, and I was asked to do the news. Unfortunately, I had a client that had access to Canon and Reuters news. So I was able to get the Canon and Reuters for the local, the regional and international news. And the local news would come. So then there were only three of us at the station at the time, which would have been Mr. Paul McLeish, Orin, and McCree. Orin was grips. Paul would set up the cameras, and if you would help with the switching. And I did the news and the sports and the weather. All
Really?
three. Yes.
Whoa.
Local, regional, international.
That's unbelievable.
Prepared the headlines and all of that. There were just three of us. And then we used to show, also I did the news feature, which is I would go up to the station on various news days and interview different persons for the news as a news feature. And then Sunday mornings we started doing a Sunday morning movie, and the station was so small that I'd run out and get a sponsor, Paul would get a sponsor and so on to do Sunday morning movies, and we used to show them on the wall and film back for broadcast.
Whoa.
So
that's interesting.
Yes, and then as the station grew and expanded, and you're doing editing of material that you filmed and so on, I stuck around and learned that. There had people come in from CBC in Canada and CBC Barbados, and you learn a lot of behind the scenes, how things work behind the scenes, and how you prepare them. We hired news directors, then that became an ease, and then you had someone doing sports. There was Mikey, then Carl John, and so on. We expanded out, and the family, the SBGTV grew and grew and grew.
Did you ever have nervous moments on television?
I don't think so. I think my first nervous moment in life that I can remember was singing at a YWCA concert at Peacemore, and I was singing one of the verses for the song Whispering Hope, and I almost missed my timing because I was sort of gazing into, trying not to be nervous, Whispering Hope. And after that, I told myself, never again, you be nervous. You go there, you know what you're about. Yes, you will get criticisms, but that's part of life. And our mother would always tell us, that does not stop you. You're the only person who can stop yourself.
Doc, are you a singer as well?
Oh no, I'm blessed with other talents. Singing is not one of them. She inherited my mother's singing
talent, but not my mother's voice.
Right.
Lord Bishop would always say, I'm mezzo soprano. My mother's a pure soprano.
Yeah, but she always sang. Even like when you were at Cave Hill and all that concert,
Yes.
she sang. Because I showed one of those pictures at one of the GHS lecture sessions. So she always had a good singing voice and did very well with it.
You've done well at GHS. You did well, and you stuck around. You've been, very involved with GHS over the years.
Yeah, that was entrenched by our mother. She won the first Tugboat scholarship to girls' high school when it was 30 or 40 students. In those days, it was less than 100, definitely. And GHS was really in her heart. She insisted that we should work well enough to attend that school, and we did. And she always admired Mrs. Muffet, who was her headmistress. And so that lady was sort of like ingrained. I didn't know her, of course, but I just felt like I knew this lady. There was so many things she'd say, oh, Mrs. Muffet did this. She would always reference Mrs. Muffet and so many things. So that when I did go to high school and I was in Muffet House, I was absolutely elated and really excited to know that, I had come to something that my mother had experienced. And even I didn't get to do, but in those days it was different. GHS didn't have sciences, the science lab and so on, even though I knew I wanted to do medicine. So when I graduated from GHS, I did go to the States to community college, when the Caribbean didn't know community college yet. And I did my sciences, and that's why I went on to go to medical school.
Yeah, I will get back to you and the sciences. Folks, we've got the dynamic duo. The sisters are here. Such a fun morning. I'm sure a lot of you are hearing things this morning you never knew, like for the first time. There's more to come. Don't worry. There is.